Good morning, it's Miss Linda. I'm going to read you the story about Hansel and Gretel. Are you ready? One day, Hansel and Gretel took a walk in the woods. They went so far that they got lost. A little bird warned them, "You need to go back, you need to go back. Turn around, turn around." But they didn't listen. "Beware, beware." See the house? They saw this house. And it had candy all over the outside of the house. That made them excited to see it. It was a gingerbread house. It was beautiful. They had not seen a gingerbread house before, not a real one that was so big. It had icing on it and candy on it, and they were so hungry. So Gretel decided to ring the doorbell. Ding dong. And who do you think was inside? "Hello, my sweets. Please come in." Should they go in that house? They don't even know this lady. I would say no. They should not go in. We don't go in strangers' houses, do we? No way. There was an old lady who lived in the house. And she pretended that she was nice and sweet. And she invited them inside. And she offered them good things to eat. But the food made them sleepy. And they fell asleep. What was inside the food? Ooh, that looks like yummy food. "So good for you. Please eat the food." They should not eat it. She put something in it that would make them sleep. She gave them soft feather beds to sleep on. Do you see them sleeping right here? In the soft feather beds. Then late that night, she crept in and she grabbed Hansel and she stuffed him into a big, giant green sack. That's not good. What's she going to do with him? He was still sleeping, so he didn't even wake up. Let's see if we can see what he looks like in the sack. See? He's inside the sack. She put Hansel down in the dungeon and made Greta bring food to him every day. The witch wanted to fatten him up. She was going to make him a pie out of him. That's not good. Hansel was very worried about Gretel. Oh no. Let's look inside the dungeon. This is where he was. He was inside. "Let me out! Please let me out! Please let me out of here!" All she gave Gretel to eat were a few scraps from the table, while she ate lots of delicious food. She wasn't very nice to Gretel. Poor Gretel. Gretel missed her brother. Look, when she looked in the bread box to get a piece of bread because she was so hungry, there was a mouse in there. Terrible. Poor Gretel. The old witch made Gretel sweep the floor and clean the house. And while she worked, the witch would take a nap. That did not make Gretel very happy. She was going to sweep all the dirt underneath the rug. She didn't like having to work so hard for the witch. Let's see what's under the carpet. Ugh! Look at the big giant mess underneath the carpet. I wonder what Gretel's going to do so she can get Hansel out of that dungeon. The next day, the witch said, Gretel, I want you to go fetch me some water down at the well. Fetch me water, said the witch. Gretel went outside and called, Dear old witch, I dropped the bucket. It fell into the well, and I'm too little to reach it. Can you please come and help me? The witch was mad. She didn't like that she was going to have to go down and help Gretel at the well. But Gretel had an idea. She knew what she was going to do so she could get her brother back. The witch did not see Gretel anywhere. So she reached down into the well and she leaned over to get the bucket. She didn't see Gretel. Gretel was hiding. She had the bucket already. Gretel ran out of her hiding place. And she pushed the witch right into the well. Ah! She was stuck in the well. And then Gretel ran to the dungeon. And on her way to the dungeon, she saw her dad. And he said, Where have you been? And she said, Daddy, Daddy, we need to get Hansel. He's stuck in the dungeon. And their daddy went and got him. And do you know what? They never went back to her house again. And do you know what else? They never went in somebody's house that they didn't know. And do you know what else? They never walked away from their own backyard. And do you know what else? When they got home, they had to go to their bedroom and stay in there for a whole hour because they didn't listen to their mom and dad. But they never stopped listening after that. And that was the end.